Good evening, Thomas. I choked on that. Sorry, I think I swallowed it. I took a breath and something flew in my mouth. This is a bad start.
Oh, find out what it was so Rob can make one for you.
No, don't do that.
Oh,
Don't
no.
Oh,
happy Thursday, Friday Eve.
Yes.
We're here. We've made it.
It's been a good week. As far as days go, we've had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, which is the plan. So I count that as a win.
It's a win. We're there.
There are some weeks where we have like Monday and then Monday again.
Yeah, some weeks definitely feel like Monday. This has been one of those weeks to an extent. It's been It's been a long one, but almost home.
I forgot to turn the music off. Just
okay.
going and going. It's a good song.
It is a good
We're
song.
nearly there. I didn't ask you before. Did you go to your police academy training this week, or was that a week off?
No, it was a week on. Actually, I had two similar meetings. So we did the academy. What was this one? Oh, it was financial crimes and narcotics, which were they were great.
They go hand in hand, don't they?
Yeah, they really do.
Match made in heaven.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of money in it, but no, it was great learning about. Of course, now I'm going to forget the terminology for it too, but the skippers or whatever you call them, like gas station or convenience store that you swipe your card, people put fake ones.
The skimmers, yeah.
Skimmers, that's it.
I always look for one. I hope one day I find one, but they probably have a really good one that I haven't found. And that
find it before you use it. Yes, find it before you use it. Yeah, it was great. They actually had some that they have confiscated here in town, passed them around. We got to look at them and the technology in them. It's insane. Some of them they will put on a gas pump, and you just every time you swipe your card, you get your gas to do it, and it has a Bluetooth signal. So they will just drive back like tomorrow and get close to the pump and connect via Bluetooth to their device and get it. So they don't even have to go back and collect a skimmer from the pump itself. It just can stay there. So that was I knew those were a thing. I'm the same way. Every time I go get gas, I jiggle it and try to pull a card reader and see if it moves.
They're like, why are you trying to break my machine?
Yeah, 100%. I feel guilty. I'm like, they're watching me. They think I'm applying a skimmer to this gas pump. But they gave great advice. They say, when and if you can, use the pumps that are closest to the store front, because most skimmers are applied to pumps furthest away because they're trying to not be seen when they're doing things like that. So advice like that and things, and knowing how prevalent it is and how it's often and it's a lot and the different types. Knowing like Sam's Club, Costco, some of those, they have some of the best pumps as far as the security that they've done to them. So there's some of the least calls for that action they ever get.
My Sam's Club has like a guard. I'm not sure what his job is, but he watches you pump gas.
He probably 24/7.
There's a guy right there. I know he like cleans out the garbage and stuff, but I think they got a little shack that he sits in and watches you pump gas, and he walks around and watches people.
Absolutely. We have one too, but they were talking about the pumps specifically, the technology and the security. They have some of the best. They get the least calls for those. And they said the most unbusy is what usually gets triggered and targeted, because there's so many people. It's hard for them to really install them and get it, whereas it's a kind of a small, less traveled area. They can go ahead and plug one in. It's not going to hit. So that was neat. The narcotics was pretty interesting. It was some of the facts that we learned about some of the things was pretty neat and eye-opening. I follow our local news often and kind of keep up with that type of stuff. And having a 14-year-old in high school right now, we hear about a lot of things already, but it was still neat to hear a lot of the facts. But then Tuesday, so I signed up for the Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association. And and they had a a couple board member positions open that I applied for. So I went ahead and applied, and I got director of marketing for the Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association.
So now you have like a budget and a staff and
no budget, no staff.
Budget, no staff.
Yeah, no.
You got a title so far.
Yeah, I got a title and a couple of responsibilities, but I'm really excited because what it is what it sounds like, but it's also kind of tied with community relations of our alumni and what we're trying to do, which is basically supporting our local PD and trying to back them with what we can. So Brian, who you all got to see last week, that is one of his functions for the actual PD on top of being a peace officer. So we get to collaborate a lot in our roles, and I get to share on socials stuff he's putting out, and I get to lean on him for stuff that's coming. And because obviously we've been getting closer, it was like the perfect role. So I'm excited.
Would it be like a conflict of interest to maybe find a YouTuber you could sponsor to get the message out about the never mind, I'll talk to you after the show.
Yeah. But no, I'm so excited because I'm thinking about starting a YouTube channel dedicated for that and seeing if we can have some small interviews or do little news updates or what have. I don't know. It's very early. It just started. I have till July something to kind of get things rolling. So really excited. But that's the local PD home front activities, and it's been a lot of fun. Great people. They're awesome.
That is really cool. And I think honestly, you've got a skill set that's going to do really well in that position. I think you're gonna do good things for them, and they should pay you.
Skill set. Good skill set. Like showing up to a meeting every 3.5, 4 months. I got that.
What more can you ask? I mean, really. I missed. I was going to mention at the very beginning. I forgot. Tisha S. Where are you at? Where are you at? Got to put you up on the screen while I'm talking about you. There we go. Here we go. Tisha S. From when we went off the air till when I put the thumbnail up, she spent the entire time on the Recover Addict page, just clicking the refresh button over and over and over and over, waiting to win the internet. And she finally did. She came in first. Tisha, congratulations on coming in first. We'll deem you the internet owner for the podcast and throughout the evening. Help yourself to the getting a certificate to commemorate this event. That is awesome.
Good luck to you.
Like, hi, that's me. Yep.
If we have any viewers in Western Kansas, they might experience some internet issues. So hopefully she can get through it. So yeah, we've got severe weather. We've got a tornado watch extended out there for northern Texas, western Kansas, and up in Nebraska, and even minor parts of northeastern Colorado. And it was kind of fun pulling up my software today, and there was a conga line of storm chasers going down the highway.
Is that a technical term? Like, is that like weather watch, weather person term, conga line?
So I won't say technical, but it's widely used. If you watch a storm chaser stream, they will.
Do you have giving you a jab? And you're like, actually, it is.
No, yeah, it's actually
you'll
legitimate.
find this in the literature.
100%. They will be talking
peer-reviewed.
on. They'll be on radio with a counterpart in another car, and they'll discuss routes they want to take to avoid the conga line, because you just see all these DIY video storm chaser guys just go. They're all going to the same place, and they are all right now in the same spot, and it's hilarious. But that's what we've got. We've got a good chance for it late tonight, which is not ideal. Like 1 to 3 a.m.
Nighttime's bad. Nighttime's bad when people aren't alert and aware and watching for it. Plus, it's difficult to see what's happening.
Yes.
We just need daytime. Oh, well, we don't want daytime tornadoes either. We want them in the middle of nowhere where it doesn't cause any damage.
Yeah.
Where they're not rain wrapped, so we can get great video of them. But we don't ask for much really when it comes to weather.
Yeah, come on, Mother Nature, help us out.
That is cool. So, great day with the police academy stuff. Congratulations on that. I don't know if you want to go into any other news from this week. I won't. Did you want to start with news stories? We talked before on air. I'm not sure if you wanted to share any of that publicly or not.
Oh, with the doggo.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't know what the what that segue was for.
I
I
was
hope
I
I
was
haven't.
vague on purpose because I didn't want to like tease. What about your pet?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Fair. No, honest. Absolutely. So, my dog, I've got an 11-year-old dog. He's been my best pal for a long time. So many of you in chat do. So my story's not any better than y'all's. But he's had some severe health issues that we've been chasing for about a month. And we couldn't find out what it was. It started with a back knee to a front leg to we thought seizures to we found out finally that he had red pen. Uh, she's I don't know, is this that? Oh,
sorry.
sorry. Um, we discovered after many X-rays and exams, and then CT scans followed by MRIs that he had um, a calcified bulging disc between his C5 and 6 that was crushing his spinal cord. So the poor guy was just in extreme pain. His behavior was he just couldn't function. It was terrible. So after heavy medications and finding all that out, thankfully there's a specialist that comes from an adjacent, much bigger city here once a week to do special spinal uh, surgeries. And we got him in within 4 days of finding out what the issue was. So I dropped him off this morning, got a call back from the surgeon that he did fantastic. He removed an entire bit of matter that was smashing his spinal cord. And he says once he recovers, he is going to have a great way of life and be back to nearly normal. So it was very encouraging because he is a little bit older. He's got other health issues. So the surgery itself could have even caused neurological issues, depending on how it went. But he says it won't at all because it went clean and clear. So he will stay in Doggo Hospital until Saturday night after they watch him other medications because he's got other stuff that they're working on and fixing as well, but more minor than this one. So we'll get his name's Joey. He was rescued when I was a single lad living in an apartment, being a numbskull running around, and he became a kid to me and brought me responsibilities to become an adult. So we're going to get more life out of Joey. So thank you to the surgeons and the doctors, and the people have been absolutely amazing. I mean, they've cared for him like he is their dog. So such a blessing. Today was a mess. I was a mess until about 2 hours ago when they called me. So, so very excited.
That's awesome. That is great news. Oh, there's a buffer going on. I'm not sure what we're doing.
Oh,
Get rid of the reaction thing. Oh, I will do that.
I'm trying to click it as much as I can just to aggravate Amber.
Be quick because it's gone. 3, 2, 1, 0. There it goes. I wish I could turn that off by default. I'm not a big fan of that. I have to manually turn it off over and over and over. Well, that is great news for Joey. We're prayers for you and for him for a speedy recovery, and I'm sure there will be plenty of wonderful treats for him when he comes back home. It's going to be awesome.
He will be a spoiled pup. And funny enough, we talked about it too. I told you I had a friend coming in town that I stay in touch with. He lives a few hours away. He's a former roommate. Still great friends. Obviously, life has changed. So he's married now, has a kid and all that. But he was around when Joey got adopted, and he doesn't know any of this either. And I said tonight might be his first podcast to tune in and watch. So, Nate, if you're watching, that's some news and an update on Joey, who you saw
Nate,
when he was adopted. So,
Nate, don't be a lurker. Don't be a lurker. Say hi in chat. that would be awesome. Nate, Thomas told me that you guys have some golf on the schedule for this weekend. So
yes, indeed, I'm
looking
excited.
forward to a report on his actual golf abilities. Well, that is awesome. It's been as far as court goes, it's been a crazy week. This trial with the party down in Georgia.
Indeed.
I know it had a lot of weed, but there was a fair amount of alcohol as well. And I think I'm not sure what the legal age for drinking in Georgia is, but I'm pretty sure there was no legal age for smoking or doing all the THC and the gummies and everything else. But anyway, it ended up a mess for them, for the guys who were throwing the party. And I've had so many things on the tip of my tongue that I've wanted to say, and I've just been holding back.
Yeah.
on these. I'll say it. They're rich kids. Okay, they're buying they're buying the VIP passes to the Casey Scott concert. Okay, they've got some money. The girls had the Mercedes, everything. It's the life I didn't have in high school for sure. And but they throw a party and they invite everybody they know. And there are 10 guys that show up and one girl. It's like, some things money can't buy, apparently.
There's a term for that we won't include in this
No,
podcast,
it-
but yes,
that's not-
100%.
yeah. But it was a little bit, it was funny. It's sad because obviously, no one deserves to be, robbed and beat up and everything else. But
Right.
I've been sort of snickering a little bit when I hear some of the testimony back and forth. But anyway,
I thought there'd be more
they
talk.
say Casey Scott, Travis Scott.
Travis Scott, yeah. I thought there'd
Who's
be
Casey
more
Scott?
talk about alcohol. You're thinking of Casey, what's his name? The King YouTuber out of New York, moved to California, moved back. Casey Neistat. I don't know what you're thinking. I'm not in your head. But.
Yeah. Objection, Your Honor. Speculation. No. Travis Scott was the rapper, but there's got to. I think I know a TV personality named Casey Scott. That's why the names sort of fit together so well. He was like one of those. I think he actually lost his job sadly, after DUIs.
Casey Scott, the former TV host of KSL, talks about his DUI arrest, rehab.
That was the guy. That was the guy. Okay, we're not trying to throw shade at him. He's in recovery. It was great. He lost his job. I knew him when he was still working.
So he shares his mistakes, lessons, and challenges after facing the consequences of his actions and facing his addiction.
Yeah. And
now he's on blast on the podcast.
Sorry, Casey. Awesome. Super story of honestly, when you're a public personality like that and things go wrong in your life, or things that are going wrong in your life catch up to you publicly, it's huge. I mean, it's one thing to be private and have something happen, but to be the face of a TV channel and have that go down, he handled it. I think as best as anyone could. So awesome. So not him. Travis Scott was
relevant. Here it is. Amber C says he's back on TV now.
Awesome.
So doing recovery.
That is great. That is great. We love people who make recoveries and get their life in order. That is really cool. And who said their first podcast was that? I was going to say welcome.
I believe it was Allison.
Allison, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you coming in. We haven't figured out what we're doing tonight, so it's still just up in the air. Yeah. But since we're talking about drinking, with the story that we're covering on the live stream during the day, and my segue, which flopped badly. Let's go to animals and drinking. If we can merge the two, would that be a smooth transition?
Yes, nailed it.
Animals should not drink, right? It's not good for them. But sometimes wild animals do things that just on their own. I'm actually white Russian right now. There were two. Were they condors or raptors? I think they're like vultures. They were trash eating birds.
Vultures, yeah.
Vultures. That people were concerned because they thought they were sick because of their behavior, like they're like bird flu or something. I don't know what they thought.
Yeah.
But apparently, after some tests, after the authorities stepped in and captured them and checked out what was going on, no, they had just climbed into a dumpster and eaten some spoiled food that had an alcohol content high enough that they were too drunk to fly.
So some fermented food. So we've got drunk vultures, and those are not small birds.
No. I wonder. I'm curious. I did not see it in the story, but I'd like to know like the bird equivalent for the blood alcohol content. What did they blow? Was it like a 0.2? was this like right about alcohol poisoning level? My bird is having Heineken right now.
Oh, I love it. That's Red Pen says drunk vulture sounds like an old age hair band.
That's a good name.
Vultures. The drunk vultures. I love it.
I'd pay good money to get VIP tickets to the drunk vultures.
Let's see. It says, so the rescue and both the vultures were initially thought to be seriously ill, but tests confirmed they were merely too drunk to fly. They needed fluids and be tucked in overnight and fed a big breakfast the next day. The vultures were released back into the wild successfully to join their colony.
So when they say tucked in overnight, the birds will try to fly when they can't. It's like in their nature to try. So I think they put
Yeah.
them in like one of those socks that you buy a Christmas tree in. It's like a little stretchy sock that holds the tree together and all the pine needles from falling off. Have you seen those?
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
they stick the bird through that machine and it just like grabs it. It's not shrink wrap, but it's like a little net that just keeps them.
Shrink netting.
It just keeps them tucked in. Is a good word, but just shrink wrap the bird and then in the morning when it's slept it off, then you let it fly, let it go.
Put them in the drunk tank. So it's funny, actually. I didn't even realize this, but the initial post for it, they put out a little PSA. Remember, your fruit cocktail that ends up in a dumpster can end up intoxicating wildlife if the dumpster is not kept closed. So secure
Who's
your
throwing away their
trash.
fruit cocktails?
I know. Why did you finish it?
Oh man. Yeah. So if I guess it never occurred to me that if I saw a wild animal behaving differently than I expect, that they might be drunk. I always default straight to like rabies, right? If there's an
Yeah,
animal that's acting strange, it's like it's probably trying to kill me.
absolutely.
That's where I go. But now I have to be like, what? It could also be drunk.
You better. Where's your cat?
I don't know. It's been like 3 days.
Oh,
All I know is every time it came for the last 2 times, it has not wanted any of the food, and it's like sprawled out, just like it takes the whole mat, just lays there, just looks at us, and it's content as can be.
Okay.
It'll come up, it'll rub against you, lay down, just like, no, I'm full. It's the full cat look, and you know when a cat's full, fat and happy. It's fat and happy.
Leave me alone.
So I think what happened is the cat's other family has upped their game when it came to food. So the tuna fish that we offer and the eggs and everything else that it likes so much does not compare to whatever salmon it's being fed at the other house.
Hey, you even do rotisserie chicken, so it's got to be
I've
honey
got
glazed
to
salmon.
get rotisserie chicken back because that was a big favorite. Although it likes turkey more than chicken, so I'm looking to. It likes like the tryptophan.
Because they sleep 18 hours a day, so that makes sense.
I actually did a test with rotisserie chicken and some baked some turkey side by side, and it tried the chicken and switched to the turkey.
Fair.
So
while we're on
it was scientific. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, scientific. Sounds like it. Have you heard that the whole tryptophan thing in turkey, Thanksgiving napping, it's all false?
No.
I won't go into further detail.
Like
people can do their own research, look it up. It's not true. They're saying the amount of tryptophan you would have to consume to like actually make you that sleepy is not what people ingest during the holidays. And that's
nobody's seen me eat Thanksgiving dinner, clearly. Because I get a turkey and they get a turkey. Is that not enough?
That's plenty. But think about it. If you ate that much steak, you'd still be full and like a cat, fat and happy, ready to pass out and go to sleep. I mean, it's the amount of food, and they attribute it to the activity around friends, family, the cooking, the cleaning, just the anxiety that people get of being in the larger groups and all. I don't know. But anyways, they said, nope. Yeah. Oh, he committed too soon.
I've made every rookie mistake when it comes to cats. Trying to carry it through the house to get it to the back door. That was a mistake. Don't do that for an outdoor cat.
There's a clip of that story on the Recovery Addict YouTube page for those of you that want to see it. It's there. But what about being drunk, but not being drunk?
Like being suspected drunk, but just being like, I just am not coordinated.
Right. Or I know it happened to my dad once. Which is funny because he was a peace officer at the time and he got pulled over for suspected DUI, and he was actually exhausted because he just worked his shift and another overtime shift back to back. So he's tired.
Oh, man.
But no, you're kind of drunk, but you didn't drink anything. It's a real thing.
I've got a couple stories, but they involve NyQuil. So I did drink something,
Okay,
but I
fair.
just didn't
So
realize, what it would do.
yeah, so you actually ingested something, but a 40-year-old Belgian man, he was stopped for drunk driving, but his charges were dropped because what they found out, he has a medical condition that makes you produce alcohol naturally in the body. Um, so they didn't reveal his identity, who he is, but he suffers from the slang term is called auto-brewery syndrome.
I was gonna say it's a human brewery.
Yeah, 100%. That's where it comes from. The other term, actual
Not
term
for
for
resale, I might add. I don't know how you
no.
just
Um, no, but the term for it
sorry.
is gut fermentation syndrome. And it's a rare condition in which overgrowth of fungi in the gut turns carbs and sugars into alcohol. And it's crazy because it's the smallest of numbers. It's like
So
20 to 40 people in the world have been diagnosed with this.
so he
Like
eats
that's
a
how small
cinnamon roll
it
with the
gets
sugar
drunk.
glaze and just is completely wasted. Like he drank a 40 or something.
Yeah,
That
there's a suddenly defense for every DUI going for.
no kidding. DUI is like, "Hey, what was that again?"
Yeah. Yeah,
Larry,
she's what?
Larry.
But
It's like a Asian glow moment from today. We had a story about there was a gentleman who said, that, genetically, yeah, alcohol behaves differently for him. So just like a little sip, and he's just, he's gone. He's out of it. Yeah, just like
so reverse tolerance?
everyone said it was just being lightweight. The guy was like 125 wet. So he was a small guy, and so I think that's his excuse. But he's claimed it was genetic. But man, that's scary. I mean, do you lose your license for having a handful of licorice with your lunch?
And that's the thing. Do you like when you go out to dinner and or lunch and you know you're having carbs or sugars, do you get a designated driver? I mean, not to poke fun, that's a terrible condition, but do you have to be that careful? And does it affect you as if he sat there and drank 4 or 5 beers and got behind the wheel? I mean, is his vision just, I mean, I bet we don't know because, like I said, it says 20 to 40 people or something in the world have ever been diagnosed with this.
I'm going to stay up late tonight googling this now, right? Because I'm curious. So since they aren't like ingesting the alcohol, okay, they're not going to like blow on the breathalyzer. It's not going to show up, right?
Well, yeah, because it's not the breathalyzer isn't just what's on your breath. Because you can take a shot like right now and then blow. It still has to get into your system for it to react and read.
Comes out of the lungs or what?
Because it's in your system. Yeah. That same way
So
you can chew gum. They say suck on a penny or take mints and all that. It won't trick the breathalyzer. It has to, it's coming from the actual system. Look who's here, recover at it. Who's here? Oh,
what happens when he drinks?
he drinks.
Nothing, apparently. Apparently
Yeah.
nothing is like, this is like water to me. This
Yeah.
is normal.
Yeah. Or what if he drinks beer while he's eating a bunch of carbs? And now I know it takes way longer, right? He could probably
Then it
drink
becomes
some
a mixed drink.
cinnamon whiskey. Yeah, I can't imagine. I would love to talk to this guy and find out how his day-to-day life has changed and what's altered and what he has to do and his precautions. I mean, because
Apparently just
that's pretty crazy.
don't drive after eating. I mean, I've seen, some medications say don't drive after taking medication, but literally you can't drive after eating.
Yeah. Don't operate heavy
But
machinery.
so he got
Disclaimer.
pulled over?
Yeah, got pulled over for suspected drunk driving. And then
Well,
he
technically he would be drunk then, right?
yes, but not by choice other than what he ate. You knew you had this condition and you ate sugars and carbs and got
Your
no,
Honor,
so
it
they
was
dropped.
Krispy Kremes. I swear it was Krispy Kremes. It does it every time.
Can you imagine the cop being like, "Now I've heard it all and this is it."
It's
But
like hands behind your back.
yeah. But yeah, charges
Now I
ended
know
up being
you're drunk.
dropped and he proved it. But that's just wild to think about.
That's like a get out of drunk driving free pass.
Yeah, that's why whoever said it earlier, it's no DUI excuse moving forward. You know a doctor around that wants to write you a note? Just
That is absolutely that is crazy.
yeah, it's
I'm
wild.
I still can't wrap my head around how that changes his life. It's got to be miserable. I mean, it's
It's
got to. There are jobs you probably can't have as a
yeah,
result because you take a lunch break and you come back wasted. Um, it just you can't operate heavy machinery for sure. Anything where safety is involved might be an issue.
yeah. I mean, you stay away
You'd
from
probably
sugars
be a
and carbs.
principal. I'm thinking principal's probably still open. Is that? Sorry, Roy.
I've seen some videos of some corrupt principals. That no, I'm just kidding.
Let's go down that rabbit hole quick. While he's not here.
Oh,
Oh man.
oh, not this one. Sorry, let me go back. It was. I've heard of this before. That's interesting because um, so little cases that have been diagnosed. So that's wild.
That's crazy. Okay, so my brain, I'm gonna lay in bed tonight, and I'm
And
gonna be
just
thinking, I wonder if you can like eat some foods and make the alcohol level go down. Does he have to like have? Does he have to dilute his sugars with other foods to not get drunk, or just no sugar?
yeah, and it's sugar and carbs. I mean, 'cause they kind of go hand in hand the way the body
So
treats them. But that's and that covers a lot of food.
yeah, so he's got to be like what's the Atkins diet? Is going to be his, right? No sugar and straight meat.
Yeah, well, not straight meat. I actually have some Atkins bars that I eat in the morning for golf. It's the only healthy thing I eat because I hate eating breakfast on the weekends. I don't like being full before I go play golf, so I eat an Atkins chocolate bar. It's really really good, to be honest with you.
On the flip side, this guy going out for a night on the town is much cheaper than other people.
Yeah, can I get the water
He's like,
and
I'll just have the lemonade, and that'll do it. quite frankly, a little bit of sugar, and I'm good to go.
yeah. Can I get a
Crazy.
water and a shot of lemonade? And I and can you call a taxi?
Yes. Book me that Uber, man. That is absolutely crazy. It's crazy.
It is crazy. Um, Jumping topics. I don't know why I have to do it all the time. It's just like food and everything else on channels that comes around. Somehow lottery is always involved, and there's stinking crazy stories every week. I know we didn't go into it last week because we had Brian, but I'll make these really brief and really quick. I forget the states, but he'd like, oh, Virginia,
Mhm.
$1 million Powerball winner. Her son bought it.
Million.
$1 million. Her son bought her. Here, mom, here's your Powerball ticket. Like for you. Love you. Have fun with it. Haha, goofy. $1 million winner. Another
Sounds like
one.
mom, friend.
Yeah. Yep.
I had a
Another one in
feeling that was a
Michigan.
winner. That's why I got it for you.
Yeah. And I feel like we get so many out of Michigan. So here's another Michigan one. Woman bought a
Just a bunch
ticket.
of degenerate gamblers up there, I think.
Hi, all the Michiganders in chat. Lady buys one, puts it in a purse, not like me waiting intentionally. She forgets unintentionally. It's just in her purse. It's like a Walmart receipt and a gum wrapper hanging around. So it's like a month and a half later, she's like, oh, yeah, I forgot about this. Goes to check it, $150,000. She's just been carrying around in her purse, nearly threw it away, cleaning out her purse of her stuff. 150K. Here you go. I don't understand how so many odd lottery stories kick out every stinking week. Well, we have proof. They don't all, well, they all play because it never wins, but they don't all
Chris,
win.
you're you're proving the point there. No, that's great. You think about, you hear about the almost threw it out stories, or I dug it out of the trash and thought I'd check it one more time, and it was the winner.
Yeah,
For each one of those, there's probably 10 I just threw it away and never knew I won. Because if you go to the lottery pages, they'll show you the lottery draws that somebody won, but were never claimed.
never claimed. And they
And
make a ton of money. You know
and
what?
so it could be you if you've ever thrown away a ticket or lost a ticket or given one away. that could have been you.
Or if you get one and you hold it for like a month before you scratch it off, you could be a big fat loser like I was. It took me a long time into my adult life to learn. I just, again, I didn't really gamble, and I don't really, so I didn't really look at it, understand it, read it, research it. I didn't realize how much of it um, goes towards public school systems and things like that. That the profits and the ring of
The
lottery.
taxes they fund, yeah.
I didn't know that
Then
for the longest time until like 2 years ago. I went, oh,
support
awesome.
local education, buy a lottery ticket. That's basically the tagline in some of the states.
I'm going to send my 14-year-old out to get me some scratch offs tomorrow so she can
Because
pay
you're
for
all concerned about the future in education.
it. Yes. Oh, but that's
Well,
this week's lottery. We'll have some
if we've
next week.
talked about drunks and we've talked about lottery, we need to somehow talk about food.
Yep. Yeah, we need to fill our
Because
belly.
yes, I had some hamburger stroganoff. My son burnt to a crisp. He was browning some hamburger for spaghetti, and he set it on the gas stove and he turned it up to high. And the neighbor came over and knocked on the door and says, "Hey, can you help me with something?" My son's like, "Sure." Immediately he's forgotten that anything's on the
Oh,
stove.
oh no. Oh no.
And it wasn't until smoke was coming in the door here in the studio that I think not only is the food ruined, but I think it melted the pan as well. I'm lucky the whole house didn't burn down around my ears.
Yes.
But so new pan, new batch of meat. I had the hamburger stroganoff tonight.
Was it good? Oh no, I don't like this.
It was good, but there was still that smell of burnt food in the house that we're trying to air out. So it's like you're eating good food, but you're smelling something that's not good.
And 80% taste is smell.
Yeah. So I know the food is delicious. I love the recipe, and they did a great job. But I just
just wondering how spaghetti turned into stroganoff.
I ordered spaghetti. I got stroganoff. Now you
Hey,
know.
it's all the effort. It's all about the effort. That's what counts. So speaking of food, did you end up convincing your family to get some of that cookie dough ice cream today at the end of your stream, or did it not come to fruition?
Well, I didn't get the Bluebell cookie two-step that I wanted, but they did get the creamery cookies and cream, which is delicious. Or no, it was chocolate chip cookie dough, which is delicious.
Sounds good.
And I ate that before I had my dinner. So I had dessert first. That was the first thing I ate. Like since the stream started, that's the first thing I ate. It was a 10-hour stream today, like 10 hours of me, but in chair, never got up, not once. These Depends are amazing.
Yeah, sponsor. So now you're going on the 11th hour with a sugar high that's slowly starting to come
there's
down.
going to be a crash. There'll be a crash for sure.
If there's a recap after the show and Mrs. Recovery Addict's around, and I envision what's going to be sleeping in that chair.
As soon as the show's over, she's like, "All right, but up to the bathroom. You've got to
work to
drywall, mud, tape, sand, prep for painting because that has to be tomorrow." We have a renter in our rental unit starting Monday.
And you're borrowing your Airbnb bathroom currently during construction, right? So you've got a deadline.
Yeah, and it's coming up fast. So my kids were literally up running the vent lines up through the roof for the new vents and all the PVC stuff. So they got that, and I can't even claim any part of that. They did the entire thing without me. So then tonight I'm going to hang the rest of the drywall after the podcast. So I'm going to be a little late to work tomorrow for those that are curious and I might be a little tired. We have one Mountain Dew. I'm going to use it judiciously, but yeah, anyway, I work best with deadlines, I've found, and I have one now.
Well, since we kind of dove into that, deadlines and bathrooms, and everyone's pretty much privy to your story.
Privy, I saw what you did there.
Privy. There's a bathroom story.
Yes,
we found one. I know that's we're kind of hopping around, but just why don't you dive into that one? I think it's kind of cool.
Well, let me do the story before I do the picture from the other story. Does that work?
I like it. Yeah.
So there's a couple that are renting a house, and I think it's an old home. I forgot the state already because that was like important to know, and I don't remember it. But they're renting a home, and the wife says to the husband, "Hey, clean the bathroom, right?" And he says, "Sure, I will." And so he's scrubbing away, scrubbing away. And while he's doing this, he discovers that the area that he thought was nice and flat and solid seems to be hollow, like the board, the countertop moves, and
So
he
we've got
lifts it up. He lifts
goals
it up
or treasures or
and he finds like a gargoyle face with an open mouth, like in the stone, like carved in the stone. This is like a 14th century house or something. It's an ancient home, 700 years old. Let's see what state this was. Oh, it's in the UK. That's why 700 years old. It wouldn't be in the US if it was 700.
it would work.
I did the math in my head, and that was pre-colonial. But yeah, I'm not going to show the whole thing but I'm going to show you my computer really quickly because it's freaky. This is the face. This is the face. And I don't want to put it on the full screen because you guys it looks like almost demonic, scary.
Right next to the commode.
Yeah. Just, wow. So they found that and they're like, well, there's probably a story here. why is, why is this here? Everyone thought it was like some sort of cult thing, carving or something. It turns out it was actually, there was like a priest's home or something way back in the day, and this was part of the early plumbing, the drain system, where the mouth is actually the drain where water drains down that way, and it's just decorated in the style that was in 700 years ago. Your interior decorators back in the day were like, oh yeah, what you need right here in the bathroom, let me tell you, everybody's doing this. It's a gargoyle just staring at you with an open mouth. You'll love it. You'll love it. You'll love it. You'll love it. But over time, somebody thought, I don't like it as much as they did before, and ended up just like building a platform over the top of it.
Any inspiration before you button up your bathroom with the gargoyle, or
I have hidden some things in the wall.
Have you really?
I've put some things in the wall.
Well, it wouldn't be a geocache, right? Because those are meant to be found and then passed around. So it wouldn't be that, right?
Well,
more like a time capsule on your wall, or just trash from construction.
More like tools. I accidentally kicked down a slot in the wall between plaster and lathe, and I will never get it back. It fell like 12 feet down through insulation, like shredded paper insulation. It's like, never mind. I'll buy a new hammer. Okay.
No,
somebody else will find a hammer when they're tearing this house down. They're like, hey, look, an old hammer. Yeah. So I've got a couple things down there. I think I've got a one of those utility knives that went in. I think I've got one hammer. And really I don't know, because I was like working, and it didn't like occur to me that tools would slide off the edge of the floor I just put down and fall off the edge, because there was an edge all the way around.
Right.
So I don't know what else I've lost other than that. I'm missing things and I just don't know where they are. So there's a good chance there's like an entire Snap-on truck's worth of tools in the walls of my house that I just can't get to, and I'm not going to demo it to get it. There's zero chance of doing that.
Well, and the best part is too, it's not like it's from someone like a contractor who does it daily, right? So these tools are completely abused and beaten up. And
oh no, they're brand new.
I've brand new
tools to do this project. I have not owned tools before this project. I kid you not. I had a hammer and a screwdriver. They're both still in their shrink wrap. I took it off for this project, and now they're gone.
Someone with more experience.
Fantastic soundbite.
I will say though that this project has been really rewarding. And I know Rob over on Lawn Lumber tells somebody, if things aren't going right, if you're having a hard day or something, build something, create something. It's been very satisfying to first of all take out my frustration, much like a rage room, on the existing system. And every time we'd smash the wall and be like, there, take that, we discovered there was more, and we had to smash more and more. We ended up, as you know, redoing our entire plumbing in the house, both and electrical and everything down to the joists, and rebuilt the bathroom. So it was very rewarding to take it down to that level and then build it back and have the quality. I mean, I know what the quality is because I put it in, and it's shoddy. No, it's better than that. It's good. I did a good job. I mean, I measured 3 times and cut once, and I put everything together. But it's cool to look at it now and say, I did that. And
Yeah.
and right behind right there, there's a hammer. I did that too.
And I did that too. No, I'm with you. I used to do contracting work back in the day, and one of the jobs I had as well was laying flooring. We specialized in hardwood floor, so that was a job that I did, and that is a job. Sheetrock and flooring, I'm not gonna say fun, but they're rewarding because it's an immediate transformation. I mean, you walk in with nothing but studs, and then you sheetrock, tape, mud, the whole thing, and it's completely changed. The flooring, you walk in and you've got bare floors, whatever you're doing to it, and all of a sudden you've got this nice wooden floor and all cut and clean, and doing a house in a day or two, and it's instant gratification. It's a lot of hard work, but it's really, you walk away going, oh, it looks really good. We did a good job and it's pretty, and the owners are happy.
See,
But man, it's tough work.
I'm most excited for that, for the floor that we put in the bathroom, because it's
There you go.
I think it's called like LVP. It like snaps together. It's on like a cork layer. It's really nice flooring, but it's
Yeah.
not wood.
Right.
Snaps together. Very easy to install, and I think it's dummy proof, which is why I'm most excited about it. But basically, in a couple hours, I can go from being there's plywood on the ground to there's our finished floor, and that's how it's going to look.
That's cool.
I can't wait for that. It's
That's
exciting.
gonna be awesome.
Speaking of things that aren't as awesome in the bathroom, though, I get an email from this company called The Hustle, and it's some investment. I don't even know what they're selling, honestly. It's sort of entrepreneurial, sort of newsy, and
Yeah.
I don't. Anyway, I signed up a long time ago, and I've just never hit the unsubscribe button. And they sent me a email the other day, and it had a weird patent section. It's like, here's one you probably haven't seen, and people make weird things, right? If you ever flip through the old patent books, there's some crazy inventions out there. And this guy, let me just see if I can bring this up on screen right here in place of me. You're like, what am I looking? What am I looking at here? Okay, this is a cutaway of clearly a commode, a toilet. And yes, that man is putting something in his mouth and then putting it in the toilet. And you're like, I would rather use a plunger, but no, that's not what he's doing. He's actually, this is a safety device for if you happen to be in like a high-rise building where there's a lot of smoke and you're waiting to get rescued and you need to breathe. It's take a breath of fresh air through the toilet. So you just stick that hose down up and through the toilet, and you tap into that wonderful fresh air that doesn't have any smoke in it in the sewer line, and you can to your heart's content.
So you can huff some sewer gas.
Yes. I don't know why this patent never took off. Clearly, he's onto something here, but I've never seen this for sale in a store. I've never, and I hope I never do. My dog invented that first. Yeah.
Wow. Is there a key on your end? I see it. It's numbered or legend.
Oh, I've not downloaded like the parts. If you look at the patent,
I can see.
I'd have to go back to the patent office to pull the actual the drawing.
I want to see what number 12 is listed. Is it or even 27 or 4 or 25 or 2, everything that's in the bowl of the toilet. I want to see what they're referring to. I wasn't calling them. That's awesome.
And this is also why you always flush. So you have a clean toilet to breathe through. But
sewer gas.
Yeah. And you think you didn't have good ideas. I mean, there are people out there who are patenting things like that. So, I mean, if you've got the crazy idea, it's got to be better than the sewer breather.
I want to see what the ROI is on that after buying the patent and then where he is to date. 6-volt American Standard Rescue hookah.
The wrong answer is only what's the name of this product?
Oh boy, here we go. This is gonna get out of hand. I'm expecting Nusky to have a good one for this. Oh, here we go. Perfect. He already did it before you even said it. Reverse banana. He nailed it already. He's got it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Adam, that's her puka. I mean, it's Oh, oh, another
I can't look.
the
Can't
tongue
look.
plunge. Tongue plunge. Oh my gosh. This podcast is so bad every time.
Toot save the day. Who said this one? Mrs. Kevin.
I don't even know how. not even on the screen. I can't even go what we had on the sheet for the rest of anything. It's all not relevant for it. We've got one more that could actually somehow
think of something that the think of something the Shark Tank would be like. Yeah, I'll invest in that. I'm not sure the bidet breather.
Chat never fails to just.
Oh my goodness,
that's so great.
Yeah.
Okay, we can tie right into here. As
Okay, go for
bad
it.
as bathrooms can smell, and
Mhm.
people use air fresheners, scents, whatever. There's one popular brand, and before we even name it,
Okay,
they're
chat.
so popular in chat. Yeah, so popular, so many people use it, but it gets made fun of the most because people use too much of it and it stinks. I guarantee you they're gonna get it right off the bat.
You get three guesses. Body sprays that are really bad.
It's a brand. It's very popular. A lot of people use it, but it stinks. They're still going on the names. They don't even want to play the game.
Right behind you.
There it is. Bam. Red pen
Axe.
first. Oh, Sid actually got it as well.
Yep.
Up ahead. Yeah, now it's coming to chat. Axe. Yes.
So Axe body spray takes a lot of flack.
Turns out it's phenomenal.
Little did you know.
A British sheep farmer. I got to pull this over because I don't want to miss a single detail.
Okay, go for it.
I was dying when I read this earlier. A British sheep farmer said she found a surprising solution for curbing the aggression from her rams because they get really aggressive based off of like the pheromones and things that they can sense off of each other. And so they get territorial and things like that. That's just kind of their habit. So Sam Bryce, who is sheep in Norfolk, Suffolk border in England, said it was other farmers on a Facebook group of other it's called Ladies Who Lamb, I think, if I saw that right. Told her the Africa variety of body spray known as Lynx in Britain, other countries where it's the Axe trademark, what's not available, mask the hormones that cause rams to become aggressive towards one another.
It's the closest I have. I have a sheep sound.
Yes. And everyone was raving about how it works. So she's doing it too. And now it says there's several of us doing it across the country. And I think even worldwide. Some fellow sheep farmers said the body spray is good for more than just keeping rams calm. It said she used the same variety to convince mother sheep to adopt abandoned lambs. So as much as it
smells the same as everybody else around here, must be mine.
Yeah. As bad as it is, and as much as kids use it, like in the trial you're covering, to mask the smell of their activities in a house, and way too much, apparently it serves a purpose. And I'm sure executives with Axe saw that and were like, yes.
We still have some market share. Just with the farmers. You need to rebrand.
I mean,
it's Axe, but for sheep.
I mean, how bad can it? Yeah, I mean, all publicity. I'm with you. I heard you mention it kind of one of your streams. Not all publicity is good publicity, and I'm sorry, but when you're trying to make a smell good product for humans to be attractive, and you're already a meme of being stinky and using too much, and now farmers are saying this is great for corralling animals and keeping them away, and this and that. I mean, it's.
I wonder if like the wool industry is going to be like, hey, we object. Everything that's coming to us reeks.
All of our sweaters smell so bad.
We get complaints so badly.
Oh,
why does my sweater smell like Axe Kilo?
Yeah,
what was there was one flavor or scent that they said was like better than the rest for what they used.
So I just clicked it off, but I can pull it back
Oh.
up. It's kind of a caveat. So it's not it is a scent, but it's like Axe's twin brother. Had it right here. It's called all right. Told her the Africa variety of the body spray known as Lynx in Britain and other countries where the Axe trademark is not available. So it's their sister company to do it. But we'll just do this.
Apparently, they're not flavors; they're scents. I said flavors.
Well, there's
The
actually
reason why I say flavor is because if somebody around you is wearing it, you can taste it. It's
well, there's
that
a meme
strong.
about it. It says I was putting on my Axe this morning, I accidentally got some in my mouth. Now I have an Axe scent. So there's so you're not wrong.
Man,
But yeah, that's I thought that was actually pretty comical to come across something like that where, and I'm sure there's other products intended for humans and whatnot that obviously people find that are great things to work with animals and this and that.
I'm wondering if chat what other products do you know of that are used in ways not intended by the manufacturer? Like predominantly not intended, like Q-tips. Obviously, they're not supposed to go in your ears. Yet all of us, that's what we do. What other products out there are there? People saying, "Hey, we built it for this, but everyone uses it for something else."
WD-40 is one.
Really?
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be like a lubricant, right? But people use it for cleaning glass and all sorts. I mean, I guess that's kind of the same concept category, but it's used for so many different things. I saw a thing the other day and I tested it worked. Do you ever have a pair of tennis shoes or sneakers, depending on whatever you call them, and they've aged, and one of them kind of starts to squeak over time, like when you take a step? Well, you take the insole out, spray some WD-40 in the shoe, put your insole back in, the squeak is gone. And the scent of WD-40 dissipates like within a couple of minutes. So I tested it.
Talking about stuff that is not real.
I'm looking at some of the comments that I cannot click on, nor will I respond to. Removing ink. I know that I've heard that white wine gets rid of red wine stains in carpet. So if you spill red wine, use white wine to clean it up.
Yeah. And if you have like Sharpie on something, you take a dry erase marker and go over the Sharpie and you can wipe that right off. Have you heard that?
That does work. Yes, that works. The only thing I've ever used hairspray for in my life was for a potato launcher, but I'm not sure if that's like the predominant use.
Scratch all that. Oh, that was terrible.
It's an accelerant. Yes, indeed.
It works well.
Duct tape. So I like this one, but I think whoever made it had the thought of this will save the world. You can use it for anything and everything. It's funny what it works for. Oh yeah, that's a good one too. Tomato sauce. Can't you remove an animal, a pet that's been sprayed by a skunk?
Skunk. Yes.
Tomato sauce bath.
You're supposed to like bathe in tomato sauce. I don't know who has that much tomato sauce on hand.
Yeah.
Bathe in tomato sauce, and it's supposed to get rid of the smell.
Yeah.
Whereas gasoline works similarly, but it only masks it.
There's so many good ones in here.
Don't recommend bathing gasoline though.
I'm trying to think of something personally that we used at our house that's not meant for something, and I forget.
Okay, so
'Cause I know-
truthfully,
go ahead.
how many of you use Southern Febreze just for the air freshener side of it when there's no bugs? No? Is it just me? Got a little lemon freshness here. We can just.
You know what I use in my car? So I'm really big on detailing and cleaning our cars, but I don't like getting a particular scented air freshener for our cars because once you do it, you can kind of never go back. The smell starts to fade away. You got to put it in. You can't get a new one and put it in because they kind of mix. So you just got to stick with it. And then it always kind of has that smell. So I get that shout spray that you put on stains on like your clothes for the laundry. and I will just spray a little bit of that on my floor mats. And I do it at the very end of the day when my car is closed up. So it just kind of smells cleanish, but very faint, and really can't quite smell it. It almost smells like nothing's really in the car. That is my auto car freshener scent, if you will. I love it.
Okay, so on that one, my mom got some weird chemical. I don't know what it is. Okay. I think like I seem to remember it was marketed under the name like Neutrolium Alpha or something like that. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's right, but it came in this little jar, like an antique medicine jar with a lid and no label. And she got it to remove like smells from cars. She got it from people that clean up crime scenes where
Oh.
a body has been there for a long time and it needs to get rid of the smell. And they say what you do is you take it and you tip it onto like a little cotton ball. So you get a little drop on there and you just put the cotton ball in there. And the next day the smell's gone. And it just like decomposed corpse, smell gone. It's the
Wow.
craziest stuff. It's got to be like illegal or something else. But she had like this big jar of it. And like anytime something happens, she's like, oh, you're somebody you're around, got some smoke, like I hung out at a campfire or something. Your clothes smell like smoke. Oh, well, just some neutrolium alpha. The smell's gone. It's just no matter what it was. I'm pretty sure I'm like partially like messed up neurologically as a result of whatever is in that bottle. But it was the most powerful stuff. I don't know where you can buy it. I've never seen it before, but she had this one jar that seemed to last forever.
You mentioned neurological issues right before we went live, so now it confirms. But yeah, AZ oversight. I don't remember how, but we talked about it during your stream today in chat about super glue. And it's like, oh, it was one of the wounds on one of the victims. It's anytime like stitches, you need it. Nope, just bust out the super glue and you just douse it. I know that was a big thing. Obviously, playing hockey, you might not have time to go get stitched up, or it's kind of on the fence of, it needs 2 stitches, not 6. They're like, just super glue it. And that's what we do. So I have super glue in every single one of our first aid kits because it's a lifesaver, stuff like that. I can't tell you the last time I used super glue to glue any objects together. I've just used it on wounds and things that we have going on. I've kind of
things
forgot
break,
what it
you
was
throw it away. But if you get a cut, that's what the super glue's for.
100%. Yeah. Oh,
Redford, is this a thing? This is what I remember the name of it. Oh, sorry, right here. This is what I remember the name of it being. Neutrolium alpha. That seems to stick in my head, but it's probably illegal to own or use, or you need to have like a license to use it. It was the most powerful thing ever. And I'm sure that kids nowadays would love to have something that would take the scent out of whatever it is that has the scent in it.
Neutrolium alpha is one that has been used to control odor from skunks in a variety of settings. It deodorizes by masking the odor with a different one that is described as a minty or more pleasant smell.
No, this one had no smell.
Neutrolium alpha has toxic and irritating properties. Use the product in well-formulated areas and avoid direct contact with skin and mucous membranes. Wear chemically resistant gloves, vinyl preferably.
That's the one.
Oh, there's a whole thing on it. Oh, goodness. Okay.
Yeah, there's a class action lawsuit. There's all sorts of stuff about it. Have you been harmed by Neutrolium alpha?
You better sign up. You can get $6. Yeah. It kind of reminds me, well, not as dangerous, but it can be. But not oxygen machines, O2 machines. What are those? Oh, I'm drawing a blank. Someone in the chat will get me. It's a machine, like atmosphere machine. What is it called? I'm drawing a blank. Ozone. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, because we have one. Now that is phenomenal. But same thing. You kind of need, if you're going to run it, it's got to be a ventilated area, but it will just zap everything out of it. And then it smells like nothing when you get back to it. Yeah, ozone. Those are great. I love them. And once again, how did we get here?
I don't remember.
I have no idea.
And then we were breathing through the toilet, and then we were here. That's the last thing I can remember.
That's how it is. But Scott, I know you've got work to do still on the bathroom.
A little bit.
And get that going. One announcement, because one of them is in chat. The other one might be. Next week, for those of you that know, Roy was a principal who's been in chat hanging out with everyone. He's going to be on the show next week, as well as Officer Brian, who was here last week. The four of us are going to hang out, share some fun stories, and we're going to play a little 2v2 game.
Cage match.
Involved. Yes.
Oh no. Whose team am I going to be on? Is it going to be us against them, or we split up?
I don't know. You've admitted to me about the game that you're not very good, so I might pick someone else. We'll see. I'm just kidding.
He's rigging it, guys. He's rigging the game so he can win.
Have to do it. But 4-panel show next week with those two guys. They are so excited for it. We are too. So if you guys can be there, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to come hang out. So thank you so much for joining us tonight and being here. It's been a lot of fun. Again, chat did not disappoint with their epic jokes and their insight.
It's awesome. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate you doing all the work on this one yet again. So thank you very much. We're going to be live tomorrow with more court goodness. I'll try really hard not to be late because we are live. We're caught up finally.
Sweet.
It's awesome. I have to listen
And
to
it's
them
Friday.
5 speed. It's Friday. All day long.
All day long.
Excited. They might even rest. I mean, in theory, this could go to the jury.
I love it. The judge keeps them moving.
Yeah, he's all about efficiency and speed. So that'll be good. I'm gonna go hang some drywall, mud and tape, maybe sand, and who knows if I'm up to it, I might just paint the house tonight. So it's gonna be lots
You
of
and
Mountain
your
Dew tomorrow.
You and your old business partner that had a house painting. You could pay off some dental bills and get it done. Ashley, ish.
Ish.
8:39.
I think 8:30 is the time that they say they're gonna start. Georgia, is that on Eastern time?
Yes.
There's Georgia on. Okay, so 8:30 Eastern time. We'll be going by then. And I'm going to run to the store real quick and make sure we have Mountain Dew. So
Perfect.
anyway,
Love it.
have a wonderful night. Get some rest, or remodel a bathroom. One of the two. So, I know what I've chosen or what's been chosen for me. So
Whatever works. Scott, enjoyed it as always. Chat. Thank you guys so much. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a great
see
time.
you guys. Bye.